The dog runs out. I'm Dog Rice. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. Good morning. Dog Rice, how you doing? I am energized this morning. Oh, yes, I am. It will be, I believe, rather eventful, I perceive. All right, how you doing, folks? Doug Rice, just at the precipice of 10 a.m. in the morning, Monday, and you are here. Thank you. Appreciate you showing up. See to that Antoine Anderson and Detrina, the moderators extraordinaire, do not become offended at your presence, as they will escort you stage left behind. All right, 10:01 in the morning on the 21st of August. Let me tell you, folks, we're gonna have a show, probably a first. I don't normally do these kinds of things, but the momentum of the occasion brings me to this place. And so I present to you my Negro face, about to intrude in another Negro's space. Well, I'll try not to be long. As we know, my words are strong. All right, here's the deal, man. I don't know, thoughts? Camera action. This is the name of the guy's YouTube channel. Yesterday, I was drawn to check out what he had to say for the second video about two individuals I've watched a little bit, the Watchmen, Deborah and her husband. She's, her name I know, his name I don't. These are individuals, I'm not sticking up for these two, but here's the deal. If you're gonna say something, say it. First, directly to the person you're about to say it to. This is the reason I put up a rather long and lengthy post directly to this individual, thoughts, camera, action. I don't know his name. My name's Doug Rice. It's on the marquee. Now, here's the thing. I look at Deb, I look at her, I think they're both fine brothers and sisters, and they're just, they're doing what they do, and they've been doing it for a long time too. But this brother, thoughts, camera, action, and whatever, just to his satisfaction, he decided unannounced to simply stalk and sneak and pounce upon these two unsuspecting Hebrews for the point and purpose of pointing out how they hold their hands. My God, my dear Negroes, I simply don't understand. I get what he's saying. I understand he ain't playing. For God's sake, get to praying. Oh, Illuminati. Oh, my Gotti. What are you talking about, dude? Here's what's incredibly rude. Now, I was rather lengthy, and forgive me for expounding, but I just didn't like the words, how they were sounding. Here's the problem I have with your diatribe, and I'm going to go ahead and try to make this as short as possible. You see, Deb and the Watchmen, they show their faces. We know what they're doing because they're in open spaces with the camera on, going on. And let me tell you, she goes on. I'm terrified of Deborah. I dare say nobody wants to be where she is if she decides to just deal with square biz. But let me tell you, folks, I'm not defending them. They're not necessarily my kin. I know they know that we are Hebrews. Okay, so many other Hebrews do too. And they're not infallible. They're not perfect, no. But by God, I think we've all seen their show. One of them is the Whited Out series. Now, let me tell you something, folks. You want to say that them holding their hands like this or some non-discriminate way is now, an indicator of their being a part of the Illuminati? Well, let me tell you, some things are unforgivable. And that Whited Out series, boy, that was hella deliverable. Ain't no coming back from all that. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something. If the Masons and the Illuminati was after these two, I would have to tell you, boy, they got a thinned out crew. They're really reaching. Because you know there had to be a discussion, you know, at least. You know, I mean, if they're going to join, somebody's going to bring out that Whited Out series. Hey, you see what she said about white folks? Oh, well, Bill, you know, we're not procreating like we should. And, you know, our numbers are small. You know, maybe we can just go ahead and forget about that all. I don't think so, partner. I looked at the whole series Whited Out. And let me tell you something. Deborah left absolutely no doubt. She ain't a part of no, what do you call it? Illuminati. I would more or less, she'd be associated with Gotti. Just to be real, she gangster. Her husband, he quiet. Y'all tripping, and they can't deny it. She's dangerous, he's dangerous, they're Negroes, true. And by God, I gotta tell you, I'm dangerous too. But what are you? Let me tell you what you are. Thoughts and action and thoughts. What a weird name. I hope you wasn't bought. Here's what you are. You hide behind, whatever your mind has called yourself, and you don't let people see your face. I don't know what you're doing in your own space. You could be in the middle of some kind of satanic ritual. Oh my goodness, I wish I could find something to rhyme with ritual, but I can't. Moving on. Seriously, bro, what are you doing with your hands while you're talking? How dare you just attack Negroes openly, no warning, no call. They knew you, bro. I almost know it all. They responded to you, and I think you said they didn't do it on camera. That's bullshit. They did, because I looked at it. And I'm going to tell you something. They looked hurt. I think they knew you. They said they looked hurt, yo. Here's the deal. Now you want people to what? Now we got to watch what we do in our hands because we're not in the hands, we're with the man. You better get out of here, partner. And I'm going to tell you right now, this show ain't about you somehow. I'm just opening with you as the base because I don't like Negroes like you in my face. When I pointed out that it's Negroes only, then you exposed who the hell you was. And you're going to be real lonely. Now you come at me and tell me how I'm moving my hands. But first you tell me the words. Can you understand? You don't want none of this. Why don't you stay off them too? Until you ready to show your face, nobody gives a damn what you gonna do. That's straight to you. Thoughts, camera, action, that British fucking little slimy, grimy, limey fucking accent you got trying to drip it over people. Cause you ain't over here with us. You think what? You high up on a steeple, brother? You in the gutter right with us Negroes. And I would indicate that you probably know that. I suppose. I'm ending there. I'm stopping. I'm landing there. Okay? But listen, it's going to be out there. It's going to be everywhere. It's on 5 platforms. I don't even know, Deborah. I don't know the Watchmen. I don't know them personally. You do. You did. Why didn't you give them a call, boo? What? Seriously. Instead, here's what you did like a sneak thief, You just made an attack on their show, bro. And if you come at me with something, nondescript and weak, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need some mental health. You'll seek. I'm done with you, man. Now, come at me. Hey, thoughts, camera, action. I guess we'll see. Fuck out of here. Now then, I hope everybody heard me. I hope I was loud and goddamned clear. Now, okay, so how's everybody doing? I felt I had to open up with that 9 minutes of me off on some person I thought had some sense. I mean, I was in a show, I was like, commenting, and I was commenting on the fact that, yes, if they're doing something that needs to be investigated, please carry it on. Let's hear what you have to say. But when you hear that they didn't, have an idea about what this young man's talking about, when you hear the dripping British accent, when you hear the condescension, might I mention, when you hear all of this, it hits your Negro ear, and this fool is across the pond and way beyond any understanding of what us Negroes find remanding what they make us give up to be here. And this idiot is on another continent. I'm just not going, I won't, I was going to go in, but I need to do this show again. All right, I'm done. It's 10:10. I'm done. I might begin again. All right. So how's everybody? I'm doing good. Everybody knows this is the Doug Rice Show. It's 10:10 in the morning, 21st of August. I had to get that out. As well as telling you, I am not here as a spiritual advisor. I'm not the guy that's, trying to make you wiser. I'm just the guy I'm just a surmiser. I think a lot, and, I got a new advertiser. Hey, there he is. TWIDEAR.com. Twidwear. Get some Twidwear, folks. I forgot to turn off the caption, but get the Twidwear. Come on, folks. Twidwear.com, 10% off. You use TDRS as a promo code. Put it in all caps. Let's do this. This is a brother that has been working a large portion of his life committed to bringing quality sports gear. And I say that you should give him some attention. Twidwear.com. You saw it on the promo, and now it was 5 minutes. Okay, so let's get to that. All right, here we go. Okay, I am already on. I don't need that, but hey, thank you for tuning in to the Doug Rice Show. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the shit button, share button, not the shit button. Don't hit the shit button, and the notification bell. Now listen, they're not going to tell you when I'm on. They're doing everything they can. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Threads. I'm doing all these videos. I might well be dead. They don't announce my arrival. And, I got to say, I'm barely in survival. So if you are so inclined and it crosses your mind to support this effort that now will be daily, I will absolutely provide you compensation by the way of PDFs without fail. See, stop. All right. You guys know the show, 7 topics. Here they are, right? You never see them. 7 topics. We got an anchor topic that's going to hurt feelings. And then we are going to do Negro news a little bit differently. We're going to go in blind this time, okay? And now I don't look at the comments, as you probably know. It's difficult to do that and keep up with the show. But I got the 2 moderators, and they'll treat you squarely as long as you talk like you are, as long as you know how to talk fairly. All right, let's do this. First things first. Quenched my thirst. Yeah. It's all about us. You know what? I mean, I say that, and I want you to really absorb it into your psyche. It's all about us. And by us, I mean Negroes. What? Now, listen, here's how the story goes. We are central to the plot. That is what I've got. This is about a story, and the story is about us. It's historical. We'd be subjugated to the back of the bus. But, again, I say it's all about Negroes. It's all about how our future goes and the relative relatability to the future of the globe. Yeah, folks, we are really going to put on our robes today. I don't know if you know who you are, but you are Negroes. And more than that, by far, you are royalty. You are set apart. You are God's chosen people. And that's where I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to try to rhyme that. Okay, so it's all about us. In the general terms, I'm not saying that every life has somehow centered around the Negro life. That's not what I'm talking about. And I told that to my wife. What I'm talking about is historically, intrinsically, individually, indivisibly, and without question or any predilection. This story revolves about Negro protection. You would hear me, because they're making it obvious it's about us. I mean, they are. It's a well-kept open secret. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they do. What are they trying to do? They're trying to eliminate the history about me and you. That's what they're trying to do every day. When they get in front of the mics and the camera and they say, we have to eliminate, the theory of race. Well, you came up with the theory and threw it in our face. Listen, being critical about what's true has absolutely no meaning to me or to you. Not in the grand scheme of what it's about, but it's all about us, and just have no doubt. They are in our direction from all direction. You know it. They absolutely have no predilection to showing exactly who they are. And they've done that on more than one occasion by far. So it's all about us, folks. And we got to protect what we have. Seriously, I mean, I know you may want to laugh. Here's the deal. I got into it with the guy, this dude, what his name again? Thoughts, Camera, Action. The reason I may have gone a little bit dissatisfaction is I mentioned that Negroes would judge the world. I mean, the earth. I said it to him. I said, listen, we don't worry about it. We're examining these individuals. We have every right to do so because as Negroes, we're in a position to do so. And he, of all the comments that I made, he made it plain that he did not agree that it was all about just, well, you and me. You know, very inclusive. But I got to tell you, it was, in my mind, a bit intrusive. It's all about us, folks. And let me tell you what else is about. It's what Negroes possess. Now, I'm going to explain this, but I won't digress. Do you not know where the countries are getting all of their resources and wetting their beaks in that soil that, you know, we did a lot for spoil. And that soil's over in the motherland, as some of us call it offhand, and that's Africa, Africanus. I don't know if you can stand this. I am telling you that they don't just take, you know, from the land, they're taking from us. They're taking from Negroes. And so, and thus, it is all about us. It is, you know, and they're kind of doing a signal about what they're doing. You know, I want to expose them. Their secrets I'll ruin. I know. I'm trying to do a better show just because I got to do this every day, you know? Okay. So, yeah, it is all about us. It's about Negroes. Let me tell you what I'm saying, and I'm going to get into this later, okay? You know, there are things that need to be dealt with. You know, things happen. You know, occurrences occur. And the focus on the retribution will not be blurred. So, we'll get into that in the later word. Next! All right, so that's the anchor topic. It's all about us. Okay. Yeah, it is. And don't get in your feelings. I'm not sitting there trying to make it in this selfish, centered way in saying that it's about us and hearing what I say. I'm only saying that generally the story is more our story than his story. Okay. All right, so next, are we paying attention? I mean, are we paying attention? I mean, we see what's happening. We know what's going on. And I think it's been going on for quite long. Global upheaval abounds. I mean, you can hear all of the malevolent sounds. You know the wars, you know all of the genocide, you know it's spreading near, far, and wide. But are we paying attention to what's in our sight? And I can tell you, paying attention, what a small investment with a very high yield. I mean, you got to think of it. I'll tell you what I feel. What don't you see happening? That's might be a better way of looking at this. I mean, you know, are you paying attention is a bit more than what you miss. There are signals being delivered. There are telegraphs being offered. There are traits being exposed, and there are tests being proffered. And as we continue into this melee of the day that we say, let's go away, you need to understand that paying attention, well, that's just more than something to say. Now, the earth shudders right now in anticipation of what's coming. If you don't see that, then ask yourself why they're running. And not only are they running away from water, not only are they running away from disaster, I think, you know, I think all of this will eventually master their ability to respond to destruction after destruction. It's just an interesting dynamic. That's all. Don't leave that alone. So are you paying attention? Are you looking? And what do you see when you look? What don't you see? I mean, what's the hook? They are seriously telegraphing everything they intend to do. And I'm telling you, folks, I'm looking directly at you. It's about Negroes they intend harm. And all I'm doing is sounding the alarm. Next. All right. Anyway, just pay attention to your surroundings. You know, I mean, sometimes what they do is astounding. It really is. I mean, they'll shock your very senses. They'll climb over your fences. They'll call you into account for your being, you know, wherever they found you. It's amazing. And every one of them thinks that they have authority over us. It's a wonder that we ever escaped the back of the bus. Okay, we're done there. Next, all right, 10:21 in the morning. It is, I don't know, Monday? Yeah, I think it's Monday, right? Is it Monday? Is it Monday? Is it Monday? Let me be right. It is Monday, August 21st, 2023. This is the Doug Rice Show. I am Doug Rice. Here's why I do this. I do this for one goal, one thing only, and that's just to get that goddamned grin off the faces of Negroes everywhere. It's important that we not walk about this country as if we're satisfied in being here. I mean, it's very, very important that you at least serious yourselves up. Your countenance needs to be as strong and as reinforced as humanly possible against the caucasity. And it's going to get worse. The blonde leading the blonde is beyond anything we might deal with. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying, I'll just keep going. All right, here we go. Third topic, you don't own yourself. I thought about this. You don't own yourself. You don't have rights. I'm gonna snatch that idea right out of your sight. You don't own yourself. Not a Negro, not one. And any of you that thinks that you do, well, you're done. You do not own yourself. I know it's incredibly shocking, but listen, I'll be just, your mind I'm gonna be rocking, okay? You know, just the ideation that somewhere in creation there was, the elevation of a sacrifice that could be an equation to the unequaled ability that we see the sinfully you and me filled beyond identity. You don't own yourself. Yeshua, Jesus, Yeshua, whoever you call him, he paid the price, gave his life. You didn't have to do it twice. It's good. And so it gives you a purpose to know that your essence, your being, your body has been bought. It's almost an overwhelming thought, but it also can guide everything that you do. Just listen carefully. Hey, I'll listen too. I like that one. So you do not own yourself, but you can buy yourself back. Okay? And it does come, some folks will lack the ability to purchase themselves again, but you never know where and you never know when. Just follow the steps, the commandments. It's true. You don't own yourself. Neither do you. Well, we're done there. I thought it was good. I was trying to highlight on the sacrifice of Yeshua and the fact that we all walk about thinking that we have rights and the ability to express ourselves so freely, but in fact, we are accountable for everything that we say and do as it is being recorded somewhere in an unseen place, in an unseen moment, by unseen beings, unseemingly. Seemingly. Okay, moving on the Doug Rice Show. I should get that intro, outro music, they should just start playing until I get the band. I'll do it myself. The Doug Rice Show, okay. No stopping the madness. There is no stopping the madness. Now, if you guys look in the titles of what it is I talk about, you'll see that every capitalized word is actually an indicator that is a topic. And there, in this instance, there is no stopping this madness. You are seeing it, you are feeling it, you are in the middle of it, it is happening. Okay? We are in the midst of a nation of fools. Now, fools actually has two meanings. I did not know this. Fools also, the common meaning of idiocy, just dangerous idiocy, but also fools fool. So a fool is also a deceptive being. It's a deceptor. It's not just a person that acts a fool, it's a person that fools people. And we use that term, he fooled you. And I know that's just an innocent, nice, bit of perfume on the actuality of the term. That individual has deceived you. They've lied to you. So we are dealing with fools. There's no stopping their madness, as the foolishness doesn't come from sadness. It stems from the fear of retribution. Now, listen, they're walking about with one thing on their mind, and it's a fear of retribution. They know that payback won't be kind. And I can tell you, if you look at them long enough, you look at them strong enough without a smile, they will break that sarcastic, phony-ass style and look at you beginning to wonder what you're wondering. And let me tell you, some of them might even hear God's thunder. But there's no stopping the madness, I will tell you that. And I mean, it's the intent that drives them more than anything. You got to understand, they're talking about not being liable, not being responsible for what their forefathers did. But then with the same breath, they seemingly take great pride in everything that their forefathers did. And you can't be selective when it comes to this corrective. Our God is on the way to at least adjust the connective. I would say stopping the madness is out of the way of any probability. I think these folks don't have an inch of ability to stop the madness, and I don't know if it really brings me sadness. This is going to be interesting to see them go and see how much of their ass they can show. This is going to be real. Next, 10:27. Oh, we're clipping along. We haven't even done black news. Negro news, right? Doug Rice, thank you so much. Again, listen, if you want to support this daily effort now, that's what this will be. Every day, 10 o'clock my time, I will come on and say things, okay? If you want to have this effort continued, please do me a favor, support the effort. $, The Doug Rice Show, the quickest way to support the effort. We have Patreon. We have other edifices of support. And I mean to say that to tell you that we also compensate that donation through a very rare and valuable PDF combination that I put together. And so if you send me a certain amount, no matter the weather, I'm going to return to you some vital information that you Negroes can use. And that's my promise. Okay, so there's that. I think I hit that well. Next! Enough trying to sell. All right, White Supremacy Empowered. I told you this was going to be a good hour. That's what we're witnessing, folks. We're witnessing the resurgence of white supremacy empowered now. Now, back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, there was a degree of white supremacy that empowered this nation, but it was more benign, hidden under the surface. And the horrors that they committed against Negroes were, newsworthy, front page, back page, side page news. I mean, something for other common whites to peruse. But nowadays, they're getting more of a nuanced Nazi flavor. It seems it's the kind of white supremacy they tend to savor. Now, look, Donald Trump, you might consider him the Grand Wizard Klansman. I got nothing to rhyme with that, but I just liked it. I like the way it comes out. I mean, look at the guy. I mean, he's leaving no doubt. I mean, lately now he's saying things that rhyme with the N-word, like rigor. And the latest thing, I mean it just before I got on the show, I guess jigaboo was a common term in the 30s, 40s, and yes. And so he called her peekaboo something. I mean, so he's off with the mask. How long will it last? I don't know. Donald Trump is a throwback from the past. isn't he? And he's shown up at the right moment and the right time to affect these weak caucastic minds, and affect them he does all the time. It's just a matter of when before it all unwinds. Yeah. So, white supremacy empowered. And I got to tell you something. The pieces that are being put together involve two games. They got puzzle pieces being put together so that you can see the proper picture. Okay? And then they throw some chess pieces in there so that they move about the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to understand what I'm saying. Puzzle and chess pieces. One, to get out the actual photo, and two, chess pieces that are moving about the board so that they're able to control what you now are looking at. These folks are getting seriously dangerous. I put up photos of one of them that went on a rage, one that threatened the Judge Chutkin. Did you hear what she said? Well, I put it on my last show. You can look anyway. Moving on. White supremacy empowered. They're feeling themselves. But what are they feeling? What is it that's got their mental reeling? Honestly, if you look at it closely, the fear that's driving them involves their lack of numbers, a decline in their population, this stark raving, terrified feeling they're losing this nation, and they are. And it's absolute truth by far. But you know, they can't really take that. They can't take reality, and I believe violence will shortly become an actuality. Yeah, I can keep going. Why not? White supremacy empowered. Negroes are the new Jews. Oh yeah, I said it. Said it to you. See, I liken this to pre-Nazi Germany. We saw them, how they, started to rise. What did we see? We saw an increase of hate, and violent action, less of a population interaction. They divided the masses, and just started beating asses. And pretty soon they had Kristallnacht, where they broke a lot of glasses. Don't play with me, not today. You'll see. White supremacy is now empowered through blonde-haired, blue-eyed delusion of superiority. And the collusion is beyond measure the worst. And they certainly treasure and thirst for the good old days when they could go back to their racist ways. Okay, we're done there. Next! Thanks for tuning in, Doug Rice Show. After this, we're going to do the news, so you stay tuned, because we're going to peruse news soon. All right. An Unsettled Account. Now, this one, I spent a lot of thought on this, a great amount. Let me tell you something. Here's a problem I have. You think we're going to just move on from 400 years slavery? You think that's just going to happen? I know it sounds savory, but let me tell you something, man. There are unsettled accounts at hand. I'm keeping it 100% real. And here's what I notice, and here's how I feel. Everybody seems to think we're just going to gloss over the stench and the stink of 400 years of enslavement brought over by those. Are you seriously? No, bro, we need to hit the pavement on that one. I'm sorry about this. But there are unsettled accounts that I will not miss. You need to feel this. Watch this. We're not just moving on. I mean, you need to think that's really the ideation here. I mean, if they can cut out this, this education throughout this nation, if they can affect this, this whatever they call it, well, I will tell you right now, our situation will befall it. I'm giving you 100% notice. It's an unsettled account. I wrote this. 400 years, history just forgotten. CRT, that's the name I was trying to bring to me. 400 years of history. You think we're just going to forget that and leave it a mystery? Because that's what I heard yesterday that kind of put me on blast on this, thoughts camera action I just lit on his ass. I mean, seriously. No, everybody's included. No, you Negroes have been told and deluded that you somehow have a special place in history. And for God's sake, I already used the word mystery, but dear God, what are we talking about? Ain't nobody forgetting about that. Anybody, we're gonna stop that. Listen to me. Accounts have to be settled. Okay? And their moves tell it all. They understand the precise reason America must fall. But beyond that, there has to be a reckoning, because I can hear chains are rattling and a beckoning. Some people are going into slavery. Now find that savory. And after that, after it's all said and done, and they've screamed, they shout, and they've run, and they're put in chains, and we've rearranged and brought back to strange. Okay. When it's done, we can move on. What are you talking about? No, I'm not going to forget the segment of 400 years that we had to suffer in the hands of these peers. No, not absolutely not. No. And anybody, and I need to say this beyond measure, anyone that somehow glosses over us as a Negro treasure, any individual that says, well, slavery is over, and so now we're moving on. Let me tell you something. You look that individual and tell them to get along. Just do that thing. All right, anyway. Next. And lastly, oh God, the applause. Stop. All politics aside, I'm going to tell you something that really chaps my hide. I talk about Biden, people go to Republican. I talk about Republican, people go to Trump. Let me explain something. I don't care about either one of them. They could be heaps of garbage and a hump. There are no politics. Negroes are not into politics. I don't understand. We're unpolitical. I mean, and quite frankly, the pulse of Negroes is critical. I'm not choosing Democrat, Republican, Independent. There's absolutely nothing that I will choose in any event. Listen, I've put up 2 acronyms for, or rather just pet names. Perhaps if I say them enough, they'll get famous. Here we go. First, demon crazy, not democracy. I like that. They're going demon crazy. That's what I see. And then Republicans was difficult, but let me tell you what I hit. Repugnant kins. And that's what I meant. So I don't need either side. I mean, both of them look at me real snide, and they don't have Negroes' interests at heart. They'd rather, both sides, that we remain apart. So stop. All politics aside, the kingdom, theocracy, that's where I reside. Now, I'm not talking about the theocracy that you see over in Iran or the theocracy that you see over in these other countries run by man. I'm talking about God's presence here and presently near. That kind of theocracy is what I draw near. I think I said near. Okay, well, it's done. Good. Oh, we're good. Okay. Thank you so much for showing up. 10:38. I think we're making good time. I certainly hope you appreciated some of my rhyme. And I do that. I don't know why. I just scat and, do some little this, little goes, and I try to highlight on Negro prose. Why? For one thing and one thing only, not so that you can be lonely. I just want you to live in style, and please take off that Negro smile. Next. All right. So we got news. Now, here's how we're going to do the news so that it's quick, it's dirty, it's easy. It's just, I just want to make streamline, I am going to share my screen with you. We're going to look up news, and I'm going to turn off my camera, and you're just going to see my logo, the Doug Rice Show. We're going to see how this. And now I guess I'm probably going to have to just do this. Here we go. Let me see. Wait. I can turn the camera off. There it is. Okay. Got it. I'm good. All right. Let's talk about the news, folks, just like we should. Now, I want to start off a little bit of a little nondescript. Trump to skip first Republican primaries. Polls. Nobody cares. Hit and run leaves 7 pedestrians bloodied in New York City. Let's get to the bottom of that. Had a black cloud looming over me, private lender. So let me just show you what I do. I search term black news. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully I'm not staticky. If I am, I will be told. All right, so here we go. They integrated Little Rock School. So we went over this yesterday, the AP African Studies. And it's an interesting read. Oh, goodness, please don't do this to me. They do this. There we go. So it's an interesting read. The integrated Little Rock schools, now they're slamming restrictions on AP African American Studies. And what we do is several surviving members of the Little Rock Nine are the ones that are protesting and complaining about what it is they're doing in Arkansas. And that, well, that is kind of the world coming back in full circle. And for goodness sake, folks, I mean, the folks are still alive. They're trying to cancel their story. It's just, I mean, it's an amazing thing. They want to just affect Negro glory. Next. All right. I just thought I'd do that. I don't know. All right, folks, on with the show. What do we got next? So what I do is I look up Black news, first sheriff, and oh, isn't this something? Oh, let's go. Here we go. Okay, so the first Black sheriff in Florida's Deep South since Reconstruction releases new book, Striving for Justice. Okay, so we know that's going to go absolutely nowhere. I'm not going to read that. All right, so looking up the news without looking up it first might not be a way to quench my news thirst. I don't know. But on with the show. I do hope that you guys enjoy what you saw. But hey a minute, I do have something else that I can show you. It might be a little bit better. Here we go. I do want to show you the price list. There we go. How about that? Now that is the price list for our PDFs. Not only am I willing to show you that, if you want to pause that for a minute, you can take a look at what we're offering, but I thought maybe a better use of what we're doing might be profitable. Hold on one moment. So those are the price lists, the donation lists, if you will. And those are the PDF, just a short list. That's not all of them by far. We have well over 100 in different files and folders. We share these with you via Dropbox. And there are a lot of useful and I would say valuable and rare PDFs that are there. And again, just say when we will send them to you. Again, you go to the Doug Rice Show at gmail.com. You can drop us a line. If you just send us a donation amount, $, the Doug Rice Show. And then we will be so inclined to send you the appropriate amount of PDFs directly to your email. And that's really all I got left. As you can hear, I'm losing my voice a little bit. And I was not prepared for Black news, which now I know that is not the way this should go. So that being said, that is the Doug Rice Show. I'll come back on camera just to make sure everybody sees I am still here and kicking. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Negro news. Yeah, I got to be more prepared for that. I'm cool with that. And I don't want to repeat what we did, I believe, yesterday or day before. And a lot of that news looks like it is the same. But I think we had a very good show. I think my moderators might say the same, hopefully. I'm going to call it a day. It's 10:43. Done this for a minute, and that's what I see. All right. Thank you again for showing up. Thank you again. I appreciate your support. Please, I'll be doing this every day. I'll be doing this like you see other content creators on YouTube, on TikTok. I will be doing this every day, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock on Sundays. And if you're so inclined, if it comes to mind, please use our donation apparatuses and give. All right, I'm done. I'm good. All right, it's 10:43, and that's me. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful day. I appreciate you showing up to hear what I say. This is the Doug Rice Show, and I gotta go. All right. Wait, hold it. Hey, come here. No, don't listen. Forgot. I'll get it right. Listen to me. Some of you are already out there. I know. Some of you are sitting in your car looking at me, all scooched down in the car, trying to hide, trying to make sure nobody hears what I'm saying. I agree. But, now that you have been, just treatment has been applied. Now that you've looked directly in my eyes, Please take a moment and try to realize the importance of walking about this country as a serious Negro. Listen, just get the grin off and watch what they show. They're not joking. I'm not smoking. Well, I am just a bit. I mean, to be a Negro in this country, you got to be lit. But I digress. I just want you guys to just guard your countenance while you're out in public places and get that goddamn grin off your faces. You may go now.